Back to the charts with Big Boss Crypto. Today we have another market update where we take a look at where Bitcoin might move in the next 2 days. Let's find out. Okay, so as you might have seen, the Bitcoin has been moving upwards the last couple of days and during this weekend. But what does it mean for us as a trader? Well, we have to look at the structure. If you saw my video from the weekend, you could have seen that we follow a structure every time we trade on each time frame. So as I said during that video, we have formed a W bottom, and during the last couple of days we also moved up for the first leg up, and that usually follows a little retrace, which happened also during the weekend, and now we're forming the second leg up. Maybe we form the local top, we can take a look at that later in the video. But it will follow a retrace down to around 21,800, and then we might form the last leg up somewhere from 23k to 24k maybe. We can take a close look at that later in the video as well. And as you know, we will form a top structure and move down lower in 3 steps before we make another W formation, and the process continues. Okay, so we know that we can expect a little retrace down to the second phase, second retrace in this process that the market maker always uses. So we have to see where the value is. First of all, we have to take a look at big candles with a lot of volume to it. And as I said, PVSR is a great indicator to find these value candles, as I call them. And we see that we have one here, and it's been recovered in the next candle. So we don't have to think of this one. Okay, we have a couple of value candles here, but I think that we've already formed a little retrace here. So I don't think these ones will be recovered in the next 2 days. They will be recovered later on, but not in the near term. So okay, I would say that we can expect a retrace to approximately this value zone here, where we will find support, and from there take the last leg up. But then you might ask yourself, to where? Well, then we have to take a look at the liquidation zones. And I'm using Kingfisher as always. It's free to use. All you have to do is spin this button and you will get coins eventually. You get another chance to get more coins every 2 hours. So just spin it until you get them. And this is the liquidation map you will get. It costs 1 coin every time you use it. So if we take a zoomed out look, we can see that we have a lot of liquidation points at around 20k. So a lot of people have been going long the last couple of days and the last week. But we can see also that we have, if we zoom in a bit to see where the closest liquidation points are, we can see that we have some value at 23.4k. to 23.2 to 23.4, where I might think that we will move during this week to form a double top formation. So I expect a retrace down to this zone and some profit taking zones here where we might form a drawn out double top, and we continue lower during the next couple of days. But that's after Wednesday, which I think will be the reversal point for this week. But I'm looking at this for short-term trades where we might head down during tonight, and from there place along to take some profits at around 23k. Don't be greedy. I think 23k is a good zone to take profits. and if you're more conservative, take it at 22.6. Also, we have to take a look at if we have some news this week, and we actually do have a lot of news coming from the US. Today is quite a slow day, but tomorrow we will have the CPI and core CPI numbers, and also the PPI numbers on Wednesday. This news play will cause a lot of volatility, and it's a news play that will set the tone for next week's FOMC meeting, which takes place on Wednesday. And Jerome Powell will take his stance on inflation and the economy in general based on the numbers coming out this week. And it's a possibility, if the news from Jerome Powell is negative, that we form the double top there. So it depends. It could come this week or next week, this double top that I'm talking about. But expect some volatility during tomorrow, at least. But follow it closely, follow the charts, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so to summarize, I think we have one more leg up until we form a local top structure. And as I said, we have a lot of liquidation points at 23.2 to 23.4 K. And that's a possibility where you might want to take some profits on the longs that we placed last week, if you haven't closed them already. But I think we have another chance of placing longs tonight, where we might form a little retrace before the last leg up. As I said, we also have some interesting news during this week, tomorrow and on Wednesday, and this news play will set up the tone for FOMC next week. If the news is good for $1, expect some downwards moves for Bitcoin and assets in general. If it's bad news for $1, then expect some upward moves and some profits on the longs that I'm talking about here. Third point is that we have a lot of liquidity to the downside, as we saw in the zoomed out picture. And in general, I think we might move down lower as there's more liquidity there in the near term. And also that FOMC might come out and be bearish, which will cause a lot of liquidations for the longs placed this last week. But also I want to point out that all of this that I said during this video is for educational and entertaining purposes only. Use your knowledge and don't see this as financial advice, because it's not. That's it for today. Good luck everyone. Thank you for listening.